welcome to Focus on the Falls. I'm John Mercure. I'm so glad that you're with us. A couple of really cool guests I'm excited to talk to. Tina Posnanski is the principal here at Ben Franklin, and Aaron White at Valley View. Thank you for being with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited when I'm in your school, Tina, because my kids went here and I love the energy. The kids have just been walking up and down the hallway. How good is it to be back in school and to have that energy?
It is wonderful. I'm so excited to be back with the little kids. I started with the little kids when I first started teaching. And just like you said, the energy, the hugs, the enjoyment for school. And it's just so exciting to be able to lay the foundation for their whole education here. And my children also went to school here.
Oh my
at Ben
gosh, so
Franklin.
you have cool history.
Yes, I do.
So do you have memories? Like I have memories when I walk down some of the hallways or I peep in a classroom. You must have that and you get to see it every day.
Absolutely. And some of the teachers here were even teachers of my own children.
Wow.
So yeah, it was
That's pretty
exciting.
cool.
Yeah.
Aaron, one of the things I love when I'm in Valley View or another school is the artwork on the walls and the energy that comes out when you see kids creating and you post that on the boards and all that stuff. How cool is it to capture that and to see that when you walk into a color-coded building?
It's really nice because it's such a good creative outlet for some students, and to have ownership of things that, you know, maybe they've created artwork or photos of students who are currently in the building or past students, and just they really have a piece of making the building bright and colorful to match all the learning that's going on.
So let's talk about your history a little bit. You guys both taught at Riverside. That's so crazy. So you
Yeah.
both taught at Riverside. Was it both of you as young students just out of college? Is that where you
Yeah.
started?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started there right from the beginning as a special education teacher for
Wow.
kindergarten through third grade, sometimes fourth grade, depending on
Yeah.
caseload. Yes, right.
And
at
you were there at the same time, Aaron?
Yes, I think I arrived a little bit later, but at one point we were across the hall from each other and shared a couple students. So, but I got my start at Riverside right out of school as well.
What is it, Tina, about this district that makes the district so special? I mean, a lot of people who are in the district stay in the district.
Yes.
What is it about the district that's so special in the
Yeah.
community?
It's just so supportive, and our connections with all of the families is very supportive, but also within our cross buildings, from district office to the building, everyone is so supportive. So you're never into anything alone. If you have a problem, you can reach out for help, and everybody is there to help one another find solutions and remove barriers and things like that.
So Aaron, you were here, then you went to another district, then you found your way back to the promised land. What is it about the community? What role does community play in the support you get from your families and helping you do your job better?
I think it's just it's so significant when you can have a partnership between the community within the building, the staff, then expanding that to the families and the partnerships that you have in educating kids. You know, and when you look at having sister schools here, just building from one building to the next, and that those partnerships and community are so significant to help kids as they go from being 3 to 4 years old all the way through the high school.
So you are at Valley View, Aaron. Tina, you were at Valley View. Is this your first year at BF?
Yes, this is my first year at Ben Franklin.
So how exciting is it to come back to Ben Franklin?
Extremely exciting. Like I said, I love the little kids. I love being able to lay their foundation of school. This is some of them, a lot of them, this is their first time ever stepping,
Yeah.
foot into a school. And so to be able to touch that and impact that is so exciting. And then also to work with families and build that partnership with them right from the start is exciting for me.
I know early literacy is important to you, and your commitment to that and helping our kids excel is really important to you. I think in a district like the Falls, sometimes we don't think about literacy. We assume that in a city like this, literacy is not an issue. Can you talk about the importance of really focusing on early literacy for our small ones?
Yeah, so it's really important to all of us that by the time they leave us here at Ben Franklin, that all students are reading at that proficient level, because that, again, lays the foundation for all of their schooling. So right now is in the lower grades is when they're learning to read, but then as they move into those upper grades and into secondary, they're reading to learn. So we need to get that foundation so that they're reading proficiently so that they can continue to gain that knowledge and continue to learn.
So when the scorecards come out or we have metrics that tell us how our kids are doing, is that a nerve-wracking time? Like, oh my gosh, I hope we made the grade? Or is that an exciting and rewarding time? How do you look at that when that stuff comes down the pipe?
To me, it's very exciting and rewarding because we are tracking it along the way. We have short-term measures that we're looking at in order to make sure we're on the right track. And if we see like, oh, we have a little bump in the road, we're problem solving through that right away and not waiting to the end. So really at the end, when we get those final scores, it's a celebration of all of the work that families and teachers and students have all done together. And so it's a celebration of a culminating effect of
Yeah,
everything.
so there's no surprises. If things
No.
are going how they're supposed to, there's not a
Right.
big surprise at the
No.
end. Aaron, what's the most rewarding part about what you do at Valley View?
I think it's really the relationships that get put together over the course of time, and I'm starting to build those now with this being my first year here. But coming back, there's some familiarity, but the chance to build relationships with teaching staff, the full staff at large, the families and the students, and just seeing how that can foster such a positive place where kids can focus on learning and they feel as though they belong and they feel safe. It's just, that's the really the best part, is just kind of that quiet hum of kids being in school and being social and progressing as kids academically and just as young adults.
So I've heard the term math intervention, but don't really know what that means. When you talk about kids that are in the age group that you focus on, what is math intervention?
It's really looking at ways to support some of the entry skills which will allow kids to be successful in math. Making sure that they have strategies to attack problems, knowing what we would call fact fluency. So can they look at a problem and have a way and a strategy, whether it's with manipulatives or just some of the strategies that we provide for kids so that they can do the work that's in front of them and be successful in math.
It's been a tough couple of years for educators and for kids trying to adjust to the world that we live in. Tina, mental health for our little tiny guys and gals, how do you make sure that they're doing okay? How do you make sure they have what they need here, not only to learn phonics and reading and math, but that they're okay?
Mm-hmm. It's really important that we provide a safe space for them to learn in, and so they feel safe with their teacher. They have that relationship and that connection with multiple staff members. So that way when they're here, they can just, engross themselves in what they're doing, what they're learning here at school. But then also to work very strongly with the families and that partnership of anyone who's struggling, because it takes all of us working together to help any student who is struggling.
What about your staff? It's been a tough year in every profession, but here, my gosh, your guys' world was turned upside down for a couple of years. How do you make sure the staff, your teams, are doing okay?
Again, it's just continuing to support everyone. It's not leaving anyone alone, making them feel like there's always others to join them to help them through it. We're not completely through it. We're still quarantining students. We're still teaching hybrid in some situations. But I think we have more comfort. Staff feels more comfortable in that because we know we can do it. We've proved it to ourselves last year, and we've proved that we can be successful with it. But again, just being there with them, myself rolling up my sleeves, jumping right in with them at that ground level and helping them out any way I can.
Aaron, have we gotten better at certain things that we never maybe envisioned we'd have to figure out or get better at? Are there positives we can take away from what we've gone through the last couple of years?
There absolutely are. It was something that we talked about as a staff in August, that you look at the acceleration of how people became comfortable with technology, virtual learning, hybrid learning, some of the tools that come along with it. That could have taken years to roll out and implement and gain comfort. And like Tina alluded to, people they needed to do what they needed to do for kids, so they took those things on, and we've transitioned to having virtual options for conferences, having kids, if they are in quarantine, they can still continue their learning. So there's tools that we'll definitely hold on to that have made our instruction even better.
What have you learned about yourself the past year and a half as you've had to go through this and lead?
I think that the biggest reflection that I've had is just continuing to connect with people and to foster relationships. If people feel as though they're supported and that their work is important, even when things are really difficult, it can seem like they're headed in the wrong direction, we can pull forward and we can do things together. And that's all predicated on having a strong foundation and a good relationship.
Tina, when you think about the past couple of years and the teams that you lead, what are you most proud of for yourself? I don't want you to say, I'm proud of my team, and I know you are, but when you think about yourself, and I know you probably don't like this question, but what are you most proud of? You've really led. What are you most proud of when you think about the past couple of years?
I'm proud of the teamwork and the collaboration. And like I said, just everyone rolled their sleeves up and jumped right in, and our perseverance through it. Because it was hard. It was very hard. And we were challenged to do things that never did we go to school to learn how to do. But we all persevered through that. And I'm proud of myself persevering through it, but also all of the teams persevering through that. And really, like you said, it showed the importance of connections, of relationships, of being able to lean on other people when you need the help, and being able to say, I don't know yet, and figuring out, things together.
Yeah, you're right. We're not quite through it, but we're thriving. We're figuring it out, and you guys are leading the way. Erin White at Valley View and Tina Posnanski at Ben Franklin. Thank you for what you do for our kids and for our communities.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us and Focus on the Falls.
Thank you.
I'm John Mercure. Thanks for checking us out.